Well, thank you all for coming. This is a great opportunity for OMA to welcome you and to show how the OMA enablers that we produce bring them to life in some real applications from the companies who contribute to the technical work. So here we are in the center of the innovation for the mobile wireless applications. There are connected devices everywhere, machine to machine, web applications migrating to handhelds, and all happening at the speed of the web. But why is a standards organization here? You know, we're not the usual kind of product company, we're just a standards organization. And part of the reason we're here is because, frankly, the web is a chaotic and somewhat messy place. And some of these applications that are migrating from terrestrial applications onto the handhelds and onto the web are really not ideal for mobile use, because wireless is different. Wireless is constrained. Wireless is mobile. The networks are heterogeneous. There are different protocols, different physical access owners in the same session. We've got Wi-Fi or operators or others. They also have considerations such as battery life, roaming, spectrum efficiency, data offload. And we ask an awful lot of the applications that we produce in the mobile community. You know, there's geolocation, they have to be ubiquitous, they have to have low latency, they have to, you know, there's demand for augmented reality, there's demand for privacy, there's demand for security, they contain a lot of personal identity information. All of these things make the migration of applications from sort of the web application to the mobile space different. And so it's important, as time goes on, that you standardize the important parts of these applications so that they're easy to use and easy to migrate across networks, across platforms, and across geographies. So standards organizations like Open Mobile Alliance are a place where all the stakeholders in the industry can put their heads together and come up with common technical approaches to those things that are most important. You know, we all understand the needs for standards at the MAC and PHY layer and the radio layer, because that's the basic way of making the networks communicate. But truthfully, the need for standards in the higher level applications are just as important if you want the applications to work everywhere and if you want them to be able to work across devices and networks and platforms. So that's really what OMA is here for. We build what we call service level enablers or service enablers that help companies achieve that interoperability in the global marketplace. And so what really they are is these are protocols that are important to standardize, that are common across many kinds of applications, that we can standardize in a worldwide community of engineering people and publish so that they can be used to quickly roll out new services that rely on these common protocols. So one of the things that also we do, because while we create these service enablers, you also have to create the means to get to them for the developers to actually use them. So we've created an API program that provides standardized interfaces to many of these service enablers. By deploying the OMA APIs, some of the fundamental capabilities such as SMS or MMS, location services, payment services, and other core network assets are exposed to the developer in a common way. And that also allows for a reduced time to development and easier time to market for new applications and services as they're deployed across different networks and different operator networks. So, you know, our goal here is for our service enabler APIs to allow the deployment of a wider range of device and networks functions in a way that speeds time to market and also allows you to have some confidence that your applications will respond predictably and in an interoperable way. So there are about 12 working groups going on at OMA at any given time. We break them down into kind of larger blocks, so person to person, which is really information like social networking, kinds of enablers are there to help these applications come to market. We have access to content, which is like mobile search, telco application store. We have location-based protocols, which allow for the location-based services to be implemented on a number of different applications and devices. You'll see some of those in the demos. We also have device management applications, a whole series of these that allow for the control of devices, for updating devices over the air, for provisioning, and so forth. And then we have a lot of the device management enablers also work very well in M2M, and we've begun to expand the device management applications into the lightweight M2M protocols that are being increasingly used in the machine-to-machine markets. So I'm going to go back to the API program because I think this is still an important part. The network APIs here allow a common access for the, at the core network service capabilities, things like location and identity and payment and presence and network control, to be exposed to the developers so that they can create the new applications that they need using a common way of getting at those assets from the operator network. So what we're hoping to show you today here is that our member companies are going to show you their applications that are built on a variety of the enablers that we've got in the OMA work program to show you how they are helping compete and thrive in the global marketplace using these standardized enabling technologies that OMA has been producing with their help. We've got 13 demos from 10 of our companies. They're industry-leading members. These are real-world deployments for many of the enablers and APIs that we've been developing over the last 10 years. So the vision from the companies that you'll see here are really helping us drive the evolution of the wireless market. And we hope that what you see when you're here will help you understand why the standardization work that's going on at OMA is important, is helping to drive the industry. And we're also hoping that if you see something that's interesting to you, that maybe you'll consider making contributions to the OMA specifications yourself or using those specifications and applications that you're building. So our invitation to you today, very simple. Enjoy the demos and presentations. And if you see something that's interesting to you, we hope you'll sign up and be part of the community that's helping us solve these real-world technical problems. And you'll see how people here are implementing them. If you've got any questions, our URL will have, as Elizabeth said, all the presentations, much of the video, and then any of us who've got the badge that Elizabeth showed you can tell you more about OMA while you're here. With that, I'm going to turn this over to our next speaker.